What's up guys, Alex here back with another gun comparison video, of course. I like doing these videos, I really do. So, this one is going to be my Smith and Wesson 2.0 Shield with 2 magazines versus my Canik TP9 Elite SC with 1 magazine, which is a 15 rounder. I did do a... Okay, my ammo is still there. Okay. I did do a safety check. Both the guns are unloaded. So, well, this one came out of the closet, so, or out of the gun safe. So, yeah. So this one is stored and unloaded. This one pretty much stays loaded and ready to go because it's my defensive handgun. So, honestly, this one's going to be kind of hard to choose a winner, and it really depends on personal preference and what you're trying to do. So, when you buy a shield, it should come with 2 magazines. Mine didn't because I bought it from a pawn shop, but it should come with 2 magazines. It should come with the 8 rounder right here and the 7 rounder right here. So you've got 9, you've got 8, 1 in the chamber, so 9, and then 7, 1 in the chamber, so 8. So this one's a flush fit, this one is a slight pinky extension one, and there's not really much difference in magazines. These are steel magazines, I believe. Metal magazines. This one's also a metal magazine, but this one is an extended magazine with 15. So it holds 16 rounds. This one does. And that's the one that sits in the chamber, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that one. So yeah, they're both safety checked, they're both unloaded, so we're good. So, yeah. A few comparisons. I will say the sights on, and Canik, if somebody from Canik is listening or watching, Smith and Wesson's got you on the sights. Their sights are slightly better in my opinion, because their sights are white dot, 2 white dots in the rear and 1 white dot up front, and this one is 1 white dot up front and blacked out in the rear. Depends on how you how you see it, but also, so yeah, that's that. One thing I will say that Canik has over the Smith and Wesson is this this right here is your it shows you that the gun is hot, meaning there's one in the chamber, or that it's ready to go and you can pull the trigger and drop the firing pin. Hold on, I'm gonna flip the camera around real quick. Okay, so with Canik, I saw one guy, and he said the one at the back of the gun right here is the loaded chamber indicator. That is actually not the case. The loaded chamber indicator is actually right here on the top of the gun. This little black piece will pop up, but it will only do it when there's a round in the chamber. So there's that. Meanwhile, and this is something Smith and Wesson could improve, the only way, you have a little witness hole right there, so you can see if there's one in the chamber. Well, you can't really, but you can do press checks and see if there's one in the chamber. So if I do, I gotta pull it back from here because, and you can see the chamber is empty. So that is something that Smith and Wesson could improve. Something I wish they would improve is put a more obvious loaded chamber indicator like what Canik has. I like what Canik did with their loaded chamber indicator because it's pretty cool. All you have to do is look up and see that it's loaded. Look at the top of the slide and you can see that it's loaded. Also, in the dark, that little red dot will let you know that it's hot. So, if you come into a situation where somebody breaks into your house, you know that it's ready to go. And then if you don't know for sure, you can run your hand along the top of the slide, and if you feel a little bump in the slide right here, then you know it's actually got a round in the chamber and you're ready to go. So I got the Canic from a pawn shop. I got the Smith and Wesson from a pawn shop. So both these guns are pawn shop guns. They're pretty cool. This one I haven't actually cleaned yet. Like, I've shot 50, 60 rounds through it. Never cleaned it. And I don't actually know if it's been cleaned. They said probably clean it. It might jam on you, but it never has. So Smith and Wesson's reliability is second to none. It's an extremely reliable handgun. Meanwhile, Canic to me was unproven, but this gun has also been extremely reliable. So either one of these guns, of course, it really depends on what your goal is. If you're looking for deep concealment, I would go shield, only because it's so small, and you could throw this thing in your pocket. I mean, let's be honest. You could, if you had a pocket that was deep enough, and most pockets are, you could put this firearm in your pocket and just make sure the safety's on. So this gun actually has two safeties. Has the frame-mounted safety here. Up is safe. Down is not. Right now it's down, but it is unloaded, so we're good. The second one is the trigger, which you can see in my other review. But that little thing right there, the trigger has to be pressed in a certain way, and this little hinge has to be depressed into the gun before it'll fire a round. Meanwhile, this just has the, I'll show you. It just has the little red thing right here, the little secondary trigger. It does not have a frame-mounted safety, and honestly, I'm okay with that. Me personally, I don't like frame-mounted safeties. I think they get in the way, but to each their own. So, like I said, I got both these guns from pawn shop. But if you buy this one, the Smith & Wesson brand new, it should come with 2 magazines. It should come with an 8-rounder. It should come with a 7-rounder. My mom actually gave me the 7-rounder. It came with the 8-rounder. But I'm glad I have 2 mags for it, because the more magazines you have, the better. Now, I'm still looking for, and I can't really seem to find them, but I'm still looking for the 12-rounder for the Canic, and also another 15-rounder. I want another 15-round magazine. It does have the little witness holes, so there's that. And this one does too. They're just on the side. So you got the numbers, and then you got, but yeah. Personally, I think the Canic magazines are better than the Smith & Wesson magazines. Don't know why. I just think that. That's just what I think. Also, the Canic has a rail for lights. For a light, a laser, you can do whatever. And then it has an optic plate, which I didn't get the actual like adapter thing that comes with it, but I'm pretty sure if you buy it brand new, it will come with it. Also, another thing I like about the Canic that not really about the Smith & Wesson is the magazine release is on this side now for me, because I'm a lefty. I'm left-handed. So the magazine release is right there, and it's really comfortable, and I like it. But on this one, magazine release is on this side, which isn't a big deal. It's not a huge deal, and I don't know if I can switch it. I could probably switch it to the other side and make it left-handed too, but I don't know. I'll have to look into that. And these two guns break down almost the exact same way. The only difference being that in order to break this one down, you have to relieve this little lever, push it down, pull the slide back, push this down, pull the slide forward, push the trigger, or pull the trigger, and then the slide comes off and then you can clean it. Meanwhile, this one, I will say the mechanic is a little easier to take apart. All you have to do, there is this one, there is this, there's one on the other side. You depress both of these at the same time, pull the slide back, pull the trigger, and the slide slides off. So they break down very similarly. What else? Frame mounted safety, went over that. The shield has one, the mechanic doesn't. And I think you can get the shield without a frame mounted safety if you don't want that. If it were up to me, I mean it was, but you know, I got this one from Pawn Shop. It's the only one I was able to find, actually. I would have gotten it without the frame mounted safety if I could have found one without the frame mounted safety, but I couldn't find one. I don't know why. These guns sell out so fast. I don't know. I guess because they're popular for smaller people, but yeah, they sell out fast. But I guess that's about all that I can compare. I'm not really sure what else I can compare. The Smith and Wesson, the shield is the 2.0 version, and the mechanic is just the Elite SC. SC standing for subcompact, and the Smith and Wesson is a micro. So I like the Smith and Wesson. Actually, I think I like the mechanic better than the Smith and Wesson. The mechanic has a smoother, shorter trigger pull, and the Smith & Wesson has a slightly heavier and slightly longer trigger pull, but it's manageable. This one, I will say, the Smith & Wesson is a fun range gun. It is extremely fun at the range. I love shooting it at the range. So, there is that. And the mechanic is fun too, but I'll put more rounds through the Smith & Wesson at the range than I will, unless I'm training at the range. If I'm just having fun, I'll just shoot the Smith & Wesson. But if I'm actually like training, then I'll shoot the mechanic. But yeah, and so the mechanic holds 16 in one magazine, or 16 in, yeah, one magazine holds 15, and then one in the chamber, so 16. So this one holds 16 with a single magazine, and this one holds 16 with two magazines because it's so much smaller. Like I said, pocket gun. Good pocket gun. But yeah, I think that's all that I can compare, actually. Oh, the slide release on this one is not switchable to the other side. So here's your slide release, and it's not switchable to the other side. So it's only a right-handed slide release, which, again, kind of sucks. Meanwhile, the Smith & Wesson, the mechanic has an ambidextrous slide release. So you got one for right-handed shooters and one for left-handed shooters. So this is your slide release. This is also your slide release. So that's something that this mechanic has over the Smith & Wesson. Now, if Smith & Wesson was able to put the slide release on the other side as well, perfect. That'd be great. And make the magazine release switchable to the other side. That'd be cool. I find a lot of guns are meant for right-handed shooters, and that's fine, but there's also people that like to shoot guns left-handed. Case in point, me. But I know I'm not the only one, but if I ever see somebody shooting with their left hand, I'm gonna be like, hey, I do that too. Because I never see it at the gun range. I'm pretty sure that I'm the only one in my area that shoots a gun left-handed. And if I see another one, whoa, because I don't ever see them. But that's all for this review. If you guys liked it, drop a comment, or a like, or subscribe. But I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give. I want to thank you. We are almost at 300 subscribers, which is great, which is awesome. So thank you guys very much for supporting the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. And if you guys want me to start recording on weekends, I can do that. I just think every weekday so that I can keep like a schedule and I can make sure that I upload consistently. But if you guys have any suggestions for videos, drop it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.